All right. Hey everyone, a huge, big official welcome. I am so excited to get to kick off tonight. My name is Katrina Stark. Some of you guys may have met me before. Some of you guys, this will be the first time. So, hello, thank you for tuning in. I came across the online world of business about 5 years ago, and it completely blew my mind wide open, which was a surprise because I was so skeptical that I actually sat on the fence for about 18 months watching my girlfriend do this, terrified to ask her questions because I had no idea what it was that she was getting herself into. But I got, I guess, put my stubbornness aside because my life was really hard. And I don't know if any of you guys can relate, but I was just at a stage in life where I was waking up feeling like every day was the same and every day was a struggle. I had two small children, one of whom was still very young. She was still in nappies. And I was running two traditional businesses. I am an ECT teacher. So in order to utilize that skill but stay at home during the day, I ran a family daycare. And then I also ran a dance studio at night. So I'd basically teach the kids all day. Then when their parents would pick them up about 3:30, 4 o'clock, I would race up the other end of the Gold Coast and I'd open up my dance studio and then teach classes all night until about 9 p.m. That was our adult class when it finished, and then we'd pack up and then jump back and do it all again the next day. And I just basically felt like I was on Groundhog Day. And I don't think I was really looking for a change until my world kind of fell out from underneath me and I went through a really tumultuous separation, and it was exhausting and emotionally so hard. And I realized that I couldn't keep running this lifestyle by myself because my kids would just miss out on way too much. Not only that, even though I was working so much, I still wasn't feeling like I was making any money. I still felt like I was just living week to week. So I was kind of open to something, but I was also super skeptical because I thought I had my life set up. And that was when I came across this. I watched actually my friends launch just like this, and it opened up possibilities to me of shivers, maybe I could try something different. Maybe there is something else out there for me that could create something. And I'm so bloody glad that I listened because it has absolutely changed my life. It has given me so much freedom back. I closed both of my businesses and now I just do this full time online, and I get to stay at home with my babies every day. I actually homeschool them. I have another little girl now, and a beautiful husband, and I truly do get to just have life on my terms. So I'm really passionate about showing the transparency around online work. And this is what we really want to showcase tonight with Sarah and Romena, because you guys might be like me and you might have no idea what they're doing. So we highlight it all so that you know what they're doing so that you can support them. So if you see somebody who you're like, hey, I'm going to get you back in touch with one of the girls because I watched something and they can help. So just know that this is not a hard sell. That is not at all what we're trying to do. We don't want you to feel any form of pressure. We just want to educate you on a really cool way that we have found that can help people through both our online health and also being able to become part of the team, which is what the girls have done, and be an ambassador for behind the scenes. So I just ask that you come with a little bit of an open heart and an open mind, because I was definitely skeptical when I first looked because I'd never done anything like it, but I couldn't deny that the ladies, from the stories that I was hearing and seeing them, they were just so real and they were so relatable. So I'm so excited for these girls to explain why they're starting their business and what they're excited to be able to achieve and just how much they want to go out and help the world. So thank you for tuning in. We're going to hear for some beautiful stories tonight around both the online hub and also the business side of it as well. So I'm going to talk you through a little bit around our program and our online hub, which is our vehicle and our platform to be able to help people through their health. Now, this is what we do. This is our baby, and this is how we truly feel like we can make a difference in the world, because we know that there's so many people out there hurting. Health these days is at an all-time crisis, and I don't say that just because of the pandemic. Pandemic aside, we are still a really broken society when it comes to health. We've moved so far away from any form of holistic health. We're no longer eating what we should. We're terribly toxic with our thoughts. Our lifestyles are so busy and unfulfilled. And just as humans, we're definitely not at the peak of our performance, right? We're feeling like most of us know somebody who's suffering with anxiety, depression, inflammation, arthritis, an autoimmune condition, the big C. There's people out there that are really suffering with a lot of stuff at the moment. And I love what we've got because I've seen it over the last 5 years make a tremendous difference in so many people's lives. You're going to hear a little bit about some of them too, who are going to share their story with you. But the soul project that we work for and that I created 5 years ago, it's all based around combining mind, body, and soul. Because I know that there's so many health programs out there that just look at the body. You know, get fit for summer, have your bikini body, all that kind of stuff that, if I'm honest, it doesn't solve any problems. Yes, it might help you feel great, it might drop some kgs, but at the end of the day, if your mind is still unhealthy, if you're still thinking patterns that disrupt, that bring anxiety, that bring stress, that bring frustration, and that make you miserable, you're not going to live a better quality of life. You're not going to go out there and make the world a better place or be a happier human. And ultimately, that's what I wanted. I wanted people to feel healthy. I wanted them to go out there and feel like they could shine rather than just look great in a bikini. And that's when I realized that there's two huge components that are missing inside a lot of other health programs. And that's the mental health, the mindfulness, the taking control of your thoughts, the self-love. You know, that there was a stat that came up in one of our trainings the other day that said 96% of women, sorry for any blokes on here, I'm going to get a little bit sexist right now and talk about women because I feel like we are the pandemic, right? 96% of women do not like the way they look. That is crazy. And it's a horrible statistic because we're the creators. We're the people that are nurturing this next generation. We're the people that are loving on people, yet we're not loving on ourselves. So that's a huge part of what we do, getting women in particular to learn to love and embrace themselves, because of course that reflects in so many other areas of their life as well. Not just that, but learning how to connect that to gut health, so that we're getting good nutrition in, so that we're making healthy easy and simple. We're not putting you on any crazy diets. We're not counting calories. We actually are all based around whole food. So we want to try and get as much fruit, veggies, and berries back into your diets as possible, because our philosophy is that that's what helps us heal from the inside out. Now, if you look at it, less than 5% Australian and New Zealand adults and children are getting the recommended daily serves of fruit and vegetables. Less than 5%. That's insane. And when we talk about humans not being at their peak rate of performance, I think there's a direct correlation right there. What are we doing? We're busy, right? We're getting packaged food. We're eating processed crap. We're going through drive-throughs instead of sitting down and eating healthy meals with our families. We are there just eating out of convenience. We're no longer eating from the garden. We're no longer having chemical-free produce. In fact, it's become part of our life now just to rely on groceries being delivered, and we're not really sourcing what we are ingesting. So a huge part of us is just knowledge, because with a few really simple shifts there, you can see a massive change. Now, of course, this is all something that can take a little while, and it can take an accountability buddy. And this is what Sarah and Romena are taking on board. They are going to become accountability buddies. They are working with us behind the scenes. They're learning all about nutrition. They're learning all about mental health. And then, of course, we have my favorite component, which is the soulful component. Now, this isn't religious derived. It can be if you want, and we've got many different religions inside our beautiful ambassador base, but it's basically just talking back to the connectedness, talking back to doing something that makes you feel joyful, something that brings passion to your life. Because, you know, when I talked before, so many of us are so busy commuting, we're busy making a living, we're busy working, we're busy chasing a wage, and we're not actually doing the things that set us on fire anymore. And to me, that's real crime. That's something that should be solved, because our time down on here is very short. and we should be able to enjoy it and make the most memories as possible. So we have captured the most beautiful sorry, stumbling over my words, the resource hub that's online on our website, and we also run it through a Facebook group, so you've got lots of friends to talk to and bounce ideas off, and you can get access to this and your own personal health coach. And that's what we do. We walk you through it, we help you, we guide you. We also have some beautiful supplements that comes along with this when we talk about wanting to get more whole food into your body. When you do see our program, we work with a product called Juice Plus. Now, what Juice Plus did, they've been around for 32 years. The company itself has been around 50, but these products have been around for 32 years with the same ingredients, which is phenomenal. And basically what they are, they're whole food supplements. So they saw the deprivation in our diets long before it became a true issue. They noticed that we were moving away from fruits and veggies. So they found a way to take juice, fresh, organic, chemical-free, toxin-free juice in its natural form. They dehydrated it at a really slow rate, so it actually kept the enzymes of the whole food alive. Then what they did is they encapsulated it in a plant-based capsule, so again, no chemicals, and they added it into as many people's diets as possible. Now, over the years, we've seen phenomenal results with that because it's bridging the gap. We have a huge gap between what we eat and what we should eat. So it's making sure that our bodies are working and growing and healing faster by adding more fruits and veg in every single day. Now, the science behind this company is absolutely phenomenal, and that's why I really wanted to side with it when we're looking at the Soul Project. I knew that I could create some beautiful recipes and some shopping guides and some meal lists, and I could give them out to everybody. But the gap was, were people actually going to go and do it? You know, and we have all been there, right? I'm sure the majority of us at some stage have tried a health buzz and we've had the best intentions and it just kind of fell to the wayside. But I think the biggest thing is that this product's tangible. So when someone signs up, we send it out to their door and it comes with a little welcome pack and it says, take me every day, and it keeps that person on track. Even if they do have a cheat day, right? Because there's those days where it just doesn't happen. If you're like me, I got a busy house, I got 3 kids, we run multiple businesses. So there is days when sitting down and having a really healthy meal on the table just isn't possible. So I love that I've always got this backup, and I always know that I can stay on track just by at least taking my capsules. And we have the beautiful plant-based protein powder as well, which is the exact same sediment behind it. It's just getting more whole foods in, but this one is a powder. So it's looking at more things that are macronutrient. Yeah, like sprouts, like alfalfa, like pumpkin seeds, pomegranate, all sorts of things that are so high in minerals and superfood that are creating a faster reaction inside our body, so we're healing better, so that we're feeling better and we're getting that good plant-based nutrition in. We utilize that as often as possible. We make what we call a healthy ice cream, which you'll get all the recipes inside the hub. And it's basically, we just whip up some frozen banana, we put chocolate in there, a little bit of peanut butter, and my kids think that they're having chocolate for dinner, chocolate ice cream. But it is absolutely ridiculous because it tastes so good, but it's full of phytochemicals and nutrients and all sorts of beautiful things that are going to help my kids grow as well. Now, my absolute favorite part of the Juice Plus company and why it was a deciding factor for me to partner with them was because for every paying adult that gets on the capsules, so they decide to jump on the program and do it as well, they send out kids products absolutely free. And the kids products are, again, you know, they're chemical free, they're sugar free, they're artificially sugar free, they don't have any other toxins or any other sweetness or anything in them, just natural fruit and veggies. Now, these are the little fruit ones. So you can see they just look like lollies. They kind of look like a vitamin, but the difference between these are they're whole food derived. So when a little body takes them, they're actually bioavailable within 3 to 5 minutes, the same as our capsules. So it diverses inside the body and it goes to where it needs. I don't know, this is really graphic, but I think it's important because when I first heard it, it made sense to me. Has anybody ever taken a multivitamin and you've gone to the toilet and it's fluoro, like literally fluoro? It's because our body can't recognize all those synthetic vitamins, so it actually excretes them out. So it's really expensive. What we need is we need really good nutrition. And that's why I think these products are so valuable. Every single one of them, you're looking at just whole food. So if I pick up these are the veggies here, and I read the back, the ingredients list, we're looking at carrot, parsley, beetroot, garlic, broccoli, tomato, spinach, cabbage, kale, lemon, and rice bran, all inside this little gummy. And they taste really good. These veggie ones also have a little bit of the fruit juice inside them to make them palatable. And the kids just can't tell the difference between them and lollies, but realistically, they're getting so much goodness into their body. So I love our program. I'm probably biased, I get that. But what I think is the most powerful is the stories that we get. And, I've copped a lot of stuff over the years around people not truly understanding what we do. And the power that makes me keep pushing through and keep talking about what we've got and sharing the fact that we are such amazing people as humans. We have an amazing ability to be able to transform and change and heal on so many different levels. It's the stories that keep me talking about it, because if I stopped what I was doing, we would stop seeing the results and the transformations and the literal changes in people's lives. And I know that Sarah and Romena have had those changes as well, and that's what's made them so proud and excited to talk about what we've got as well. So just to kick us off, I've got two beautiful women, one who has been with us a little while, one with us who is just semi-bordering on our new baby, but she has done so well and she's impacted so many of you. Some of you will be on here tonight to hear from her. And I just want to send out a huge, big thank you to you guys because it means a lot. And that's our beautiful Sarah and her friend Sam, who's introduced her to her. And they're going to share a little bit more about why they love the program and what they've noticed since they joined up, I guess, and since they started taking the products and started hearing more about our program. So Sarah, are you there, darling? Because I can't see your video. Not sure if it is your internet. Sam, do you mind if I go to you first, honey? And then that way we'll just see if keep getting their names all mixed up tonight, seeing if Sarah can sort out her video, because I really want to hear from her. So I'm just going to unmute you, honey, and if you could share with us just in a few minutes why you really love what we do, because you've got a really cool story.
Good evening. Thank you so much for having me on tonight. It's something that I love to chat about what this program and what these products have done in our lives. So my name is Sam, and I'm a busy mum to 3 gorgeous children. And I am really passionate about sharing about how the whole food products began our health journey, and actually were the reason why I ended up jumping into the business as well. So 3 years ago, I suddenly started experiencing some health issues. I had a real lack of energy. I was feeling really lethargic, and I had an imbalance in my hormones. I was unable to lose weight after my 3rd baby, and I also developed anxiety as well, which I hadn't ever had in my life before, and it was really scary. I used to get a tight chest and have difficulty breathing and have to like stretch out on the couch with a rolled up towel down my spine and just actually stretch my whole chest out, so that I could actually relax and feel better. And I also had some fluid retention in my legs, which I'd never had any of those things in my whole life. I've always been pretty active, a country girl, a teacher, always busy, moving on the run, camping, hiking, all those kinds of things. So I was actually getting really worried. I didn't really understand what was going on in my body. And I must admit, my mind does jump to the worst possible scenario sometimes. And I have a brother who has had cancer. So I was really worried that maybe I had cancer as well when I was starting to feel this way, especially with the exhaustion. I think sometimes, maybe along the way we forget how much stress can also impact our health. And I think that my life and personal relationships, and some of the pressures just of being a mum and having young children and all the demands that do come with that. I think they build up over time, and sometimes our bodies just endure for a long time and then they kind of crash. Even if we have a generally healthy diet, it's like Kat was saying before, we still have a gap that needs to be filled in our nutrition. We can often eat a lot of really healthy things, but we actually need 10 fistfuls of fresh produce every day to have optimum health, and not just to survive, but to thrive, to actually thrive and to heal our bodies if there are things that are wrong. And I really was fascinated listening last year when I heard an experienced paediatrician from America, Dr. Sears, speak about that. So after we tried a few different avenues, including going to the doctor and having a range of blood tests, and taking hormone replacement therapy for almost a year under a specialist, I still didn't feel any better and I still didn't see any results. So I had a friend that I knew was taking some whole food capsules, and I decided to question her and just ask her more about them, how they were working for her and her family, because she has young children as well. And I just thought that it would be good to reach out to her and ask her about that. And I was so glad that I did. Honestly, hearing her response about how her family, their lives have changed around by just trying this simple whole food approach. It just really impacted me. And so after, I think it was still about 6 months, I didn't just give in easily either. I still had my doubts because I felt like we'd tried other things and they hadn't worked. Why would this be any different a little bit as well? I still did have those little doubts in my mind, like I think a lot of people sometimes have. Anyway, after about 6 months, I did try them, and honestly, straight away within the first few weeks, I noticed a change in my energy. My energy levels went straight up. And it wasn't just a quick fix energy like you get when you eat something that's junk food, and then you have a dip very soon afterwards again. It was sustained energy over the whole day. And I wasn't relying on anything to kind of lift me up, or, I wasn't drinking heaps of coffee or anything like that. It was just pure nutrition, and fantastic energy levels. So from that time, I found my anxiety eased as well, until it just went away completely. And my hormones have balanced out, and I am able now to lose weight consciously, which I'm so happy that I can focus a bit more on that now that I've achieved some other goals, and to actually just be healthier for my children and have a higher fitness levels as well. And overall, our whole family have been taking these products for about 2 years now, and our children are always so well, and I love that. They're always at school and playing with their friends and doing all the things that kids do, and inevitably there's sickness around, but our kids have been so well for about 18 months now, and if we just get even like a minor sore throat or a bit of a temperature or something, it's usually gone within 24 to 48 hours, and we just don't get any other symptoms. It's incredible. So that's a huge one, because we used to have those times, like most families I suppose, where one child gets something and then the next one gets something and then the next one, and it just goes through the whole family for about 4 weeks, and the parents are left absolutely drained at the end of it. So yeah, that's been a massive plus, and a huge blessing to us. And I think overall, an incredible journey. I'm so excited to be here, and I just absolutely love the business as well. I'm not going to keep talking about the business. I'll let other people have a turn. But thank you so much for listening. And I think I'm passing to, is it Alice, because Sarah's still not here?
Yeah, darling, we might go straight to Alice.
Should I try and call her and see if something's happened?
Yeah, she's just messaged in here and said her internet is still down. So we apologize She's trying to sort it out, and we will get to her if she can jump back on. But in the meantime, we'll move through to Alice. But thank you, Sam. Thank you for sharing, honey.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for that share, Sam. It's always so incredible listening to all of these stories and what our amazing products and program have done for people. I am going to shift gears a little bit. Of course, we have Sarah to share her product story, but I'm sure we'll come back to her. But I'm going to shift to more about our business, which I have been a part of now for 3 years. And it has literally been the most impactful thing probably in my entire life over the last 3 years. So beforehand, I was working full-time as a legal assistant. I was really uninspired. I was really struggling financially. And I was only, I don't even know how old I was then. Was I 22? I think I was only 22. And we're meant to be having fun at that age, but I was so financially stressed that that wasn't even an option for me. So me and my partner, honestly, we would argue all the time about money. That was the only thing that really sparked any arguments. And I remember a time when we were moving our apartments, and I was just sitting on the floor crying, and I started to have a panic attack because I had just been rejected by a third bank to consolidate all of our finances because I thought that that would make it easier. And in reality, it was just a really hard time. And that was the only panic attack that I have ever had, which I'm very, very thankful for. However, I don't feel like stress of finances should make us feel that way. So I got given this opportunity. I said no, and I was actually almost too ignorant to even get my questions answered in the first place. Even though I needed something and I needed an extra income in my life. And then 6 months later, the opportunity came across my lap again, and I was in the exact same position, if not worse, because it was 6 months on and nothing had changed. And it was at a point where my back was literally against the wall and I didn't have any other option. I had to figure out a way to earn an extra income around my full-time job, because otherwise things were going to stay the same. So I jumped in. I had no idea what was going to happen, and my life completely turned around. Not only did I become a much more positive, vibrant person, I got my confidence back, which I had lost over the last couple of years. Things started looking up for us. I managed to pay for a honeymoon for us to Vanuatu, which wasn't even an option before I started this business. I owed my parents quite a bit of money. I managed to pay all of that back to them. I never was in a position where I started flinching when bills came in anymore. I have learnt so much about finances and how to structure them now, which makes me, knowing that I have that understanding, it makes me feel really secure where we are now with our financial situation. And I also now work part-time. So I've got flexibility in my life, and I work from home for those part-time hours. So I can create my day. I get to create the lifestyle that I wish to, which is absolutely amazing. For instance, yesterday my hubby had a day off because it was his birthday over the weekend, and we literally went to the beach, we went for a walk, we did our groceries, like we just got to plan our day. I did a couple of hours work in between, and that was it. So I feel very, very blessed. So that's a bit about my story. I feel like I took ages then, but it doesn't matter. And now I'm going to bust a few myths around the network marketing industry, which I am so passionate about because of what it has done for me and what I have seen it do for other people. And I really do feel like it's an industry that is really only just up and coming, even though it's been around for like, I don't even know how many years, like hundreds of years. that's probably an exaggeration, but a lot of years. And I just love that we get to be a part of redefining the industry, because I know there is definitely still a stigma around the network marketing industry and working online. So I'm going to bust some myths for you. So the first myth that I'm going to bust is about the words pyramid scheme, which actually makes me laugh because I've been illegal since the 70s. But when I was working in a law firm, and then I came across this business structure, when I was looking back at what the structure was in the law firm that I worked at, I realized that that was kind of more like a pyramid scheme than what the network marketing model is. So I came in as a legal assistant down here. I did have the option of going up to a paralegal position. However, this would have meant that I would have had to trade way more time for money. I would have got a pay rise, but the paralegals, some of them would stay overnight working. This is how much they worked. And they wouldn't get paid overtime. They would get their annual salary and that was it. And then the next position was a solicitor position. Now, if I wanted to become a solicitor, I would have had to go to uni for, I don't even know how many years, and uni just wasn't on the cards for me. Even becoming like a lawyer or solicitor wasn't any interest for me. So getting to this position was like, no go. There's no way that was going to happen. And then as you can see, the positions get smaller and smaller as you climb up the triangle. So the next one is senior solicitor, with even less positions than the solicitor position, special counsel, partner, and then a CEO position. And there was no way that me down here, who had never been to uni and had only done admin work, was going to get to this position here. So what I love about our business is it's more like an open rectangle. And what I love is it doesn't matter what journey you have been on previously, whether you're a stay-at-home mum, whether you are a 9-to-5 worker, whether you have gone to university, whether you're a nutritionist, PT, whatever you may be, we all start at the bottom and we all have the opportunity to reach our pinnacle position, which is PMD+. And the best part about this is the only way for us to get up here is to help people reach down to be able to help those people succeed. I love this because in this type of scenario, it's often that where there's competition, you're climbing over one another, whereas this one, you're helping each other. I absolutely love that. Now, the other myth that I'm going to bust is having to know a lot of people, which I think is so funny now. I was exactly the same. I thought that I had to know all these people and all of this stuff, but we're literally in the world of social media where we can access millions of people from our fingertips. So what I love about this is what we call the popcorn effect. So we had one of our beautiful mentors, Lauren, come in. She introduced Kat. Kat introduced Joe. I hope that isn't the wrong way around. It is on my screen, but I'm sure you get the gist. Joe connected Denise. Denise connected Greg and myself and Zara, and you can see that all of a sudden Lauren's organization is probably, I don't even know how many people, she's got like 2,000 people in her organization. And what is cool about this is Katrina met Joe via social media and Joe met Denise via social media. So when you say that you don't know enough people, it's probably more so saying, I can't find the right people for this. So, and there's millions of people out there which you can find. So I'm going to wrap up there and I'm going to pass over to Sarah because I think she's back on and she's going to share about her product story.
Sarah, just take yourself off mute, darling.
Thank you. Yes, hello everyone. Yes, I had lots of issues with my internet, so I'm feeling quite stressed, but I'm here now. So I want to thank everyone for coming on tonight, especially those that come on live, my friends. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate your support. And anyone who watches this recording. Thank you so much for watching as well. My product story started just over 2 months ago, and I was introduced to them by the lovely Samantha, who's just shared already tonight. And before I started on them, I was struggling with quite a few health issues, one of them being fatigue and extremely low energy levels. And I was needing to, have multiple naps during the day, couldn't catch up with as many people as I would have liked to. I was also studying a diploma of counselling, which I'm still studying, and I was really lacking in energy with that, and I was wondering how I was going to get through, and so I was quite discouraged and feeling, how am I going to get through the next few months, the next year, with these really low energy levels. So really how I started was Sam posted on her Facebook page this question, does anyone suffer from low iron? And I thought, yep, that's me. I've suffered from low iron for years, and haven't really had any success with it. Anyway, she talked to me about the products that have been already talked about. The thing that won me over was the fact that these products were whole foods. There was nothing toxic about them, no additives, no preservatives, just organic food. And so I was pretty keen to try them. Yes, I was pretty skeptical. So I thought, I've heard so many advertisements about different products, and I've bought some of the products, and they say they're going to work, but actually they don't. And so yes, with that history, I was like, I don't know. But I was keen to try it. And so, it didn't take much persuasion by Sam to encourage me to try them. And so I started with the fruit, berry and vegetable supplements. And within days of taking them, I noticed a massive improvement in my energy levels. I couldn't believe it that these supplements actually worked. I was quite shocked, but I was just so happy that, from needing multiple naps during the day, I'm now having from 0 to maybe 1 nap a day. And so that's improved my life overall. I'm able to catch up with a lot more people. My studies have improved so much, and my overall general well-being has improved. Also, like, my sleep quality has improved, gut health, because I'm now taking the protein shakes as well, the complete shakes, plus the omega blend, and I've noticed an improvement in pain in different parts of the body. So yes, there's been lots of positive improvements, and I'm just so thankful that I was introduced to them, and is largely why I'm in the business now as well, because I can see what they have done for me. And as a lot of you know, I'm a very caring person, and I love to help anyone I can in any way I can, whether that be physical needs, spiritual, financial, or even just to have a chat. Like, I love connecting with people, and this is what this business has helped me do. Is I've been able to connect with so many more people on Facebook. A lot of them I don't actually know that well, and I'm actually starting to connect with them more and getting to know what they love doing and what their pain points are. And so I'm very passionate about the products, about the business, and yes, I just love sharing about them and being there for people. So thanks for listening, guys. Thank you.
Oh, you are beautiful. Thank you so much, darling. I'm so glad that your internet connected back up.
Yes, I am too. I'm so relieved.
Oh, I'm sorry that you had to go through so much stress, but thank you
Yes.
for pushing through because we appreciate it. You've got such a beautiful heart and a beautiful story, and we're very grateful that you're here with us for sure.
Thank you.
All right, beautiful. Now we have a next lovely lady. This is honestly like the women I get to work with are next level. Like their hearts and the things that they just want to do in this planet are next level. And this lady is certainly not an exception. She's amazing and she's got a really huge story too. And Romena, you want to take yourself off mute, darling? I will spotlight you, share with everybody a little bit about your journey, and I guess more why you're excited for the business, because I know that you love the products as well, but tell me a little bit about why you are excited to rock the business.
Yeah.
With your little one. Is he asleep yet?
Yeah, I'm just going to leave that room because my son's just to play some music instrument.
Perfect time.
I'm sure we don't want to listen to the Wiggles. So, hi, my name's Romena. I'm a single mum to one little energetic 3-year-old who is non-verbal. So yeah, I decided to start this journey due to the fact that I've just finished 2 years of workers' compensation for being harassed and bullied at my previous job. It has taken me 2 years to get my annual leave. As we all know, we are entitled to it. It's what we work for. My massive thing was trust. I don't want to go and work for someone else. Too scared to be honest. I've also gone through domestic violence as well. Police weren't very nice. They took my narcissistic manipulative exercise. And yeah, just ignored me with the bruises and the cuts. I've been doing it on my own, kind of struggling. First time being on the single parent pension, so not sure, not enough money to be honest. So yeah, I wanted to try something new. Also having anxiety, ADHD and depression as well. Needed something to be more motivated to get out of bed. So I actually seen the post. Alana posted it to the local, I don't know what you would call it, Alana, a community page. Just looking out for some women, I guess, just to see how they're all going and if they'd like to earn some extra money and become a bit more healthy with their lifestyle. So I took an opportunity on that. I didn't actually get to speak to Alana myself. I actually got to speak to Kat. She was the one that responded to my message. So it was actually quite awesome to be able to speak to 2 women that I don't know from a bar of soap. And so with open arms, it was kind of nice, and to hear their story. So this is the reason why I jumped on board. I've also been taking the product, and so has my son. He has the chews, and I've got the capsules, of course. I've only been taking the fruits and veg because I do a lot of mixed berry shakes, as I am a personal fitness trainer as well. I have noticed a massive difference with myself. Like, I actually want to get out of the bed in the morning. Like, I'm not so struggly. Like, I don't feel so tired no more. Like, I don't have my bags under my eyes. My skin's gone back to normal. Like, I don't feel like shit. That's probably the easiest way to say it. And I've only been taking it for a month, and I noticed a change after 3 weeks. So there's a pretty good damn story right there to see that you can actually see the difference. I love the fact that I actually get to talk to other people. I don't have to do the whole face-to-face because I am still a bit nervous with meeting other people. Just still a little bit shy, as I was never like that 2 years ago. I've always been the bright, bubbly one, the one that you can hear down the street because I am that loud. That just comes in my nature. I am a wog. So, I don't know what else more to say. Like, I absolutely fucking love it. Like, yeah, I actually can't wait to meet the girls because hopefully I might be coming in June.
Yay!
Lana, you crack me up in the little box down below. I feel like the Brady Bunch.
I hope you're all coming in June. I can't
Oh,
wait.
yeah, fingers crossed that, yeah, I cannot wait to meet everyone. I absolutely enjoy this journey. I've learned so much from other women that I don't even know that live like in New Zealand even. So to be quite frank and honest, this is a pretty good, exciting new little business that I get to do. I get to talk to new people and help them and show them what I've discovered with this and how the benefits that it's done for me, but what it can do for others.
That's perfect, darling. And make money on the side. Win-win.
Yeah.
Win-win. But thank you so much, beautiful. And I can't wait to meet you in June, person to person, face to face. I feel like we've done lots of face to face over the internet, but it's just not the same, is it?
No, it's not. It really isn't.
But thank you so much for your story, darling. And I know you're only 3 weeks in, but I am so excited to see the future that you create for you and your boy. It was massive for me. I started as a single mum too, and being able to have the flexibility to create income was next level. So well done for saying yes.
Yay!
And then we have our beautiful Lance. She's just going to wrap it up and put a big bow on it all so that we can all go spend some time with our family and give these women a huge big round of applause because I know they've stepped way out of their comfort zones tonight. So take it away, Lance.
Did anyone just like that whole thing, listening to Sarah, just listening to your story, and then Romena being so excited? I'm just absolutely buzzing. And the fact that conference is coming up soon is going to be just phenomenal. I was just thinking while watching you, Romena, the past week that I've noticed you sort of come out of your shell a little bit, and like it's just been really amazing to watch, and I can't wait for the future. I'm not going to take up too much of your time. I just wanted to thank everybody so much for coming to help launch our 2 beautiful new teamies. And just if you have any questions, please go to the person who invited you tonight or that sent you this recording and just get all of the questions answered. Ask as many as you want. We love all the questions. But thank you so much, everybody, and have a wonderful evening. Mwah.
Thank you, beautiful. Thank you, everyone. Well done, guys. You're amazing. And thank you to all the beautiful people who jumped on tonight to celebrate everybody, because you guys are where it's at. And like I said, no pressure. We totally understand that this may be for you, it may not be for you, but you guys might know people who you're like, hey, come talk to Sarah, come talk to Ro. And then that way you can kind of help them grow their business, because that's how we do it all. We're all word of mouth. We're not going to spend thousands on advertising. We're just going to show you the real results and hope that your hearts speak to those who need it. So thank you so much for your time, guys. Love you all. Thank you for sharing. Have a beautiful week, and we'll see you next time.